everybody. I'm Dan Matthews with Todd Walker. We are at Dick's Sporting Goods Park in Denver, Colorado for the 2013 3D Shootout presented by Easton. This is the last game of the day, the championship contest between the boys from Lax Tech and 3D Colorado. Robin Carlin down on the sidelines for us today. You've been watching Lax Vision Productions right here on the Lacrosse Network. Opening face-off to 3D Colorado. And we're underway. Ryan Arthur with the ball, far side, kicks it up top to Runberg. Runberg with the dodge, feeds Arthur. Arthur shoots and scores. 3D Colorado gets the first strike. Head coach Chris Eisler has big eyeballs on the side.
Yeah, we've seen Arthur making those plays all day, all weekend, really, Dan. And again, got the nice dump coming around the side of the crease and finishes it behind the goalie.
Another face-off win for 3D Colorado. Sam Sweeney scoops it up, carries it into the offensive zone with the long pole, gives it up to Ryan Arthur. Arthur can't control. Turns it over to Lax Tech. Lax Tech with possession. Let's send it down to Robin on the sidelines for a quick report.
Well, guys, something to look for in this game out of Lax Tech's. Head coach Chris Eisler has two sons, and they're looking pretty good. Number 22 is Kieran. He's a midfielder. He's an Under Armour All-American, and he's already committed to Johns Hopkins. His other son, Quentin, is number 00, an attackman, and he is committed to High Point University in North Carolina. Back to you guys.
I'll tell you, he will love High Point University. Great program with John Torpy at the helm. Had a good first season last year, joining the Atlantic Sun Conference next year. So High Point will have an opportunity for an automatic qualifier into the NCAA tournament. And the school itself is second to none as far as facilities and education go.
Yeah, John Torpy, a fellow ex-Buckeye down there at High Point, Dan, and he's doing a great job taking a fledgling program up trying to get it up a couple notches here in the next season or so, and he'll do a great job down there in South Carolina.
Dodging from the top is Runberg. Runberg gives it to Arthur. Arthur backing in on his defender. That defender was Husan. Runberg with it, far side, kicks it up top to Brady Brem. Brem will dodge, pulls it back out. Very patient for 3D Colorado. Shot sails wide behind the cage, backed up by Pierre Pern, our player of the game in the semifinal.
Yeah, again, a nice job by the D getting the stick on the hands to disrupt that shot.
Byrne with some great moves. That's what I was talking about earlier, Todd, in the footwork that Byrne really has.
Yeah, he is really fast, and he does a great job making that little step around move and beating his guy off the wing.
Griffin Heller gets the ball up top. There's a shot to the top right corner of the cage. Brady Brem gets the goal, and 2-0 Colorado up top on Lax Tech.
Again, nice individual move by Brem. Just a nice split dodge around his man up top, and smokes the high hard one over the top of the Lax Tech goalie.
I'll tell you exactly who Byrne reminds me of, and it's not a lacrosse player at all, but he's got the feet of Barry Sanders.
Yeah, that's a good comparison, Dan. He's got great feet. He's got a good stick, and he's the old saying that speed kills. He's got it as much as anybody can handle.
There's a shot, sails wide, backed up by Griffin Heller.
Good look.
Yeah, nice, good job getting the stick on it. I don't know if that was 13 Daniel Lear or 61 Connor Larrick, but whoever got their stick in there did a great job getting it in there and keeping that ball from getting through to Byrne.
That was Lear, Dan, and actually, you're right, it was a great deflection, but he almost deflected that into the goal. That ball actually hit the pipe before it went out of bounds.
Yeah, there's another one for 3D. This one, Byrne.
Yeah, we've been saying this all afternoon, but Pierre Byrne beats his man with the speed dodge and stuffs into the top of the net. He's fun to watch, and Coach Kevin Corrigan's going to be happy to see him walk into Notre Dame next year.
Corrigan's had some great players at Notre Dame, but I don't think he's had anybody nearly as quick as Byrne, and may not know how to use him on a team that likes a lot of defense.
He may have to change his philosophy a little bit when Pierre hits South Bend.
Running short on lacrosse balls on this field right now. Pierre Byrne will get it. Start the ball in play for 3D Colorado, who leads this one 3-0 in the first half. It's just got footwork like I've never seen, Todd.
he can be going full speed and stop and turn in about 0.20 seconds, and the defenseman really has to almost guess looking for that cutback move in order to stop him.
So far it's been all 3D Colorado. Ryan Arthur with the shot, sails wide, backed up by Griffin Heller and Pierre Byrne. Heller with it. Gets it up top to Rundberg. Rundberg feeds it far side for Byrne. Byrne has it on the backup. We'll get the restart for 3D Colorado. Feed inside, Arthur with the goal. Ryan Arthur, coming off a real good season at Cherry Creek, has had himself a really nice tournament here.
He's played well all weekend and continued on to this champion game. That's too easy though, Dan. Again, Pierre Byrne draws the extra attention over with the ball on the wing and just dumps it inside and easy goal.
Back at the X. Lax Tech looking for an offensive possession, and they may have one. Carrying it inside is Blake Day. Great checks and lifts by the 3D defense.
Yeah, not really what the Lax Tech coaches were looking for, Dan. They really needed a possession there to just get the ball across midfield, settle it out, get everybody a touch, and get into the game.
That shot sails wide off the stick of Griffin Heller. Lax Tech really looking for their first solid offensive possession. They got one into the offensive zone last time around. Again, the ball getting knocked out of the stick on the carryover. Trying to chase it down far side. And the ball rolls out of bounds. It'll belong to 3D Colorado. Let's go ahead and send it down to Robin Carlin in just a moment on the sidelines with a representative from Easton Lacrosse. Robin?
Hi, I'm here with Court Candy, Director of Sales for Easton Lacrosse. Court, talk a little bit about sponsorship and of the Shootout and essentially your partnership with 3D.
Well, we just this year we entered a sponsorship agreement with this particular event. It's the best run, the biggest, the grandest youth lacrosse event. We're thrilled to be a part of it. And 3D Lacrosse, they're the premier training travel team. I mean, if you look around here, there's 3D everywhere, which is, they just do things from top to bottom really, really well.
And you guys have some exciting new product launches at Easton.
Yeah,
Tell us about that.
we do.
Oh, you brought it. Nice. What is this?
We're debuting this year, or for this event, our new Easton GT helmet. We're real excited about this launching in the fall in November. And we have a Mako glove that's basically like a bare-handed feeling glove. It's what every player wants. We've been able to actually get it out on some of the players, some of the teams here. They love it. So it's that kind of validation that's what makes these events valuable for us.
And what are your future plans?
Well, partnering with groups like 3D, I mean, obviously they're the best in the business. We want to be recognized as the best gear in the business, and we're going to continue to strive for that end goal. We're real excited about the product that's in the shoot, as well as some things coming down the road.
Well, I'm excited to be covered from the rain, so I'm going to take this from you.
Perfect.
Just kidding. Thank you so much for your time, Court.
You bet.
We'll send it back to you guys.
Thanks, Robin, and thank you, Court and Easton Lacrosse, for becoming a partner of this event. It is a great event, one of the grandest now in the country, maybe second only to the Bryant Shootout at this point. Our score, still 4-0 in favor of 3D Colorado. I'm Dan Matthews with Todd Walker and Robin Carlin. This is, oh, what an incredible play. Wow, we need a highlight of that one. Griffin Heller with the pick in the midair from the goalie and drops it right back into the net. Nice play, Griffin Heller.
That was a spectacular play from Griffin Heller, and it's always risky when your attackmen go up to defend a pass from the goalie in the crease. You don't want him to get an interference call and pull a free clear out of it. But Heller just with a great stick, extending full extension, one-handed with his left hand, pulls it down and stuffs it right back in the goal. Great individual play.
Yeah, phenomenal. The first shot of the game now for Lax Tech is stopped immediately by Cole Poifair, and we head the other direction this time. Ryan Arthur throws the one away off the stick of Griffin Heller.
Yeah, Coach Bessler's not happy with his squad right now. They're just not taking their easy goal.
Great play by 3D Colorado so far here in the first half. A 5-0 lead. 6-0 lead, my bad. And things really, at least early on, coming very easy for 3D Colorado.
And really, Lax Tech is making it easy for them, Dan. They're just not getting any kind of possession time. The time of possession right now is probably about 9-1 in Colorado's favor, and Lax Tech really just needs to calm down, possess the ball a little bit, and see what they can make happen on offense.
Tried to wrap it around the back of his head, and the shot sailed wide as he dove into the crease. Was Jack Thomas.
Yeah, again, Jack had more time and more space than he kind of thought he did, and would have been better off just to pull that ball down and shoot it forehanded and put it in the goal.
Lax Tech has really had their way with most of the opponents in this tournament, and pulled off the surprise victory over 3D New England in the semifinal, but they've kind of run into a steamroller here early against 3D Colorado.
Yeah, Robin mentioned Coach Bessler's two kids on this team are really good lacrosse players, and you'll be hearing their names in the future because they're You know, one play in attack and one play in midfield, and they're very good.
Yeah. Got to be looking for a pass there. Can't look to try to do it all by yourself. It's just not always going to happen. And fortunate is Christian Vaccaro right now that his team's going to get possession of the ball. But you need more help than that when you're trying to make it clear.
Yeah, and we've said it 2 or 3 times already today, Dan. Beating the triple team, not a good idea.
Here comes the triple team again. Unload that ball. Vaccaro has it. Near side for Lax Tech. Lax Tech shot, sails wide, that off the stick of Blake Day. Now so far, the Eisler boys have been held pretty quiet by this defense of 3D Select.
Yeah, they really haven't had much chance to handle the ball. Again, they've been Lax Tech has been bringing the ball down and turning it over right away. So they really need a long possession here where everybody gets a chance to touch the ball, get into the game.
That shot sails wide. 3 saves so far for 3D goaltender Colt Poyfair. Single save on the other end of the field for the Lax Tech goaltender. Jay Hannum.
Jake Sawyer did a nice job clearing the ball across midfield, but then had the stick checked right out of his hands and kept playing, which is an illegal procedure, and the ball goes over to Lax Tech.
Another loose ball. Scrum for it on the far side. Lax Tech comes up with it. It's Quinn. Eisler. Quinn loses the ball. Scoops it back up. Gets into the hands of Connor Morgan. 6-0 our score. Late in the first half. Lax Tech throws that one away. We'll go the other direction. I'm Dan Matthews with Todd Walker. You're watching Lax Vision's broadcast of the 2013 3D Denver Shootout presented by Easton. Big feed downfield, feed inside. Less than 5 seconds left to go in the half. I thought I heard, maybe not.
No, 5 minutes, Dan.
5 minutes. 6-0 our score. 3D with possession of the ball. Jack Gweerswald has it, far side. Back up top for Zach Runberg. Runberg looking to isolate. He's going to isolate on Michael Manfredi. There's a shot. That one blocked. Sails wide. Backed up by Brian Wilson. Wilson with the nice spin move to the inside. Feed up top. Shot in the goal. Jack Thomas gets that one for 3D Colorado.
Again, good smart play from Colorado. Beat your man coming around, find the man wide open on the crease for the dunk.
Face-off win for 3D Colorado. But Sweeney drops it on the carpet. Lax Tech will take it into the offensive zone. Feed to the middle. This young man's impressed us all weekend long. Was a rocket shot by Kieran Eisler. Yeah, Kieran's been big time for this squad all weekend.
Very, very impressive, and sort of surprised they're not handling this game with a little more composure. Great outlet pass.
Yeah, Trevor Pratt has it on the outlet. Had the ball knocked out. Dropped it right back into his stick. There's a shot. Those are two players that have played together before. You could see it. Trevor Pratt bringing the long pole across midfield and deep into the zone. And then he feeds it up top for Jack Thomas. Thomas's shot bounces over the cage, but it's backed up. They were both definitely on the same page.
Yeah, Pratt, great job clearing the ball. Actually had the ball checked out of his stick, fell back into his stick, and had the presence of mind to continue upfield and find his teammate right in the middle.
Robin, ask Brooke if you can grab Jamie. If not, we want him to fill in for Jamie in the second half. Got it. We wanted to interview Brooke in the second half then. Got it. Thank you. Another shot on Cage. Here comes Trevor Pratt. Nice behind the back pass. Trying to get a little too fancy with it, and that was Brian Wilson. I would say, Todd, how do you feel about that? The showboat, and you're already showboating in the first half like that.
Not my cup of tea, Dan. You're still playing a game, and you've got coaches out here watching you. That's not impressing anybody.
No, I struggle with that one. Maybe with 5 minutes left to go in the game, that's one thing. But doing it right now this way, you're kind of showing up the other team, and I don't think that's all that cool.
Yeah, no, not something I think they ought to be doing, and I wouldn't be surprised if they have a little chat at halftime about that kind of thing, and we'll see if it slacks off.
Back onto the field is Pierre Byrne for 3D. Jack Thomas has the ball behind the cage for Colorado.
Nice move.
There's a shot and a goal. That one was Jack Thomas again. He's had a nice game so far.
Yeah, Thomas looks rested and refreshed, where not necessarily everybody does, and puts one in the net right there as halftime expires, and Colorado goes in the second half up 8-0.
Let's go ahead and send it down to Robin Carlin with a very special guest as we enter halftime. Robin?
Hey guys, I am joined by Matt Rowley, the director of 3D Rising. Matt, talk a little bit about the growth of the Shootout since inception.
Well, Jamie Monroe started the Shootout while I was still coaching at Denver, and we've grown exponentially over the past probably 7 years, and we have almost 200 teams here this weekend. Level of talent has risen every year. Got some great teams here from some sort of non-traditional places like Las Vegas are on the field right now, California, Nebraska. So we've got a great representation of teams from all over the country, including some East Coast teams.
And now you have an international presence. There's some Canadian teams here.
That's correct. So there's teams here from Alberta, British Columbia, and Ontario, and we've got our own 3D select team out of Ontario as well. Yeah.
All right, thanks a lot, Matt. Guys, I'll send it back up to you.
Thanks, Robin. Appreciate that. Great first half for 3D Colorado, really dominating not only on the score, but I think we'll see it when we have our stats up in just a few moments. Todd, some overall impressions of what we've seen here so far this weekend?
Just a great weekend of a really good lacrosse, Dan. I frankly have been a little bit surprised here in the first half. A little bit of lack of poise from the Lax Tech guys. Maybe they've had a little too easy coming into this game, and I think maybe that win over New England in the semis may have tired them out a little bit. But they really have been really kind of looked tight here in the first half, and I'd like to see them come back and represent a little bit better here in the second half. So far, all Colorado going in.
Yeah, it's been an impressive first half of action for 3D Colorado. I would imagine that everybody will get to see some playing time here in the second half. I would imagine also that Coach Eisler is impressing upon his boys that the game is not over. I mean, if a team can score this many in the first half, you can outscore them by just as many in the second half.
Yeah, no, you got to keep playing, and anything's possible in this game. Again, the stats kind of reflecting what we're seeing. Maybe a little bit out of tune. 8-0 Colorado, 17-9 in shots favor Colorado. Have won 6 of 8 face-offs, 4 saves for Colorado, 1 for Lax Tech, and 9 turnovers to 10. Again, the turnovers. You see Colorado turning theirs into goals, where Lax Tech is, for the most part, when they forced a turnover, is giving it right back.
So we're half of action here. On between Heller and his his short stick defender coming off the field. Again, another one of those teams with no numbers on the front of their jerseys. But it was number 21, Justin Proctor, giving Heller all kinds of fits on the far side and giving the ball to Lax Tech as they try to work themselves back into this game.
And Colorado really, Dan, has been doubling early and often in this game, and it really seems to have put Lax Tech off their game.
Yeah, we've got procedure call against Lax Tech. We'll turn the ball over to 3D. Trevor Pratt with that long pole. Trevor really handles that stick very well, and a good switch to the left hand and a nice shot. Shot saved on that far side, on the left end zone. By Jay Hanna. This is Quinn Eisler. 3D pitching a shutout so far.
Jake Sawyer breaking the head off of the stick on that play, and he's got to come off the field because a broken cross is no cross.
That ball's loose. Ryan Arthur, a great job tiptoeing the midfield stripe and scooping up the ball. He's got Byrne. Byrne's got the shot. That bounced off the crossbar and came back out. Thought it might come down. Now, I've watched Ryan Arthur play for a long time, Todd, and I'd say that this is the best I've seen Ryan play probably in the last 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, I agree, Dan. I've seen him a little bit myself, and he really appears to have stepped up his game this weekend. He's a good-looking attackman.
Lax Tech with the ball, just looking to get on the board right now. That one gets thrown away. It's going to turn over to 3D. Head coach Chris Eisler holding his head. I think he's maybe seen enough. It's been a rough one for Lax Tech in this game. I think they've really just kind of run out of gas, Todd.
Yeah, they really do look tired, and I think that tough semi-win over New England really took it out of them, and there's really nothing left in the tank.
Scrum for the loose ball. Arthur comes up with it. He takes a big shot, stays on his feet, but loses the ball. Byrne had it. It bounced out of his cross and into the goaltender's cross.
Smart play.
Starting to get a little bit sloppy now. That ball goes out of bounds. It's going to belong to Lax Tech.
Yeah, this is one of those games that could get chippy if we're not careful, and hopefully it won't. I'm hoping both teams have enough poise to just keep playing hard and playing safe and playing legal.
Eisler with it, near side. Gives it off to his brother Quinn. Quinn circles the cage, spins back, takes a couple of feeds to the middle. Gets one up top, back to his brother. Feed inside, shot sails wide. Quinn Eisler chases it down. Quinn has it behind the cage. Kieran's all the way up top. Feed into the middle of the field, intended for Dylan Proctor. Knocked down. The ball will remain possession of Lax Tech. Kieran Eisler's going to take it up top. He's going to isolate now.
He's
isolating at Sweeney. Shoots and scores. There's the first one for Lax Tech.
Great shot. And that was Eisler going on Sweeney, who has played spectacularly, not only all weekend, but especially in the semifinal game before this one. He's a good long pole defenseman. That was a very nice shot.
So we'll head back to the X. And there's a face-off win for Jackson Lanning for Lax Tech.
Yeah, we'll see if Lax Tech can settle down a little bit and put together a little settled offense here.
Quinn Eisler has it. Goal line extended, tries the feed inside. That pass is picked off. Coming the other way with it is Zach Runberg. Runberg clears the zone. And 3D will set it up top. Runberg dodges the cage. Let's go ahead and send it down to Robin Carlin for a report from the sidelines.
Well, 3D Colorado head coach Jake Herman is not only a coach, but he's also a high school teacher. And I just saw him give a lesson of the day to one of his players. On the sideline a few minutes ago, one of his players, referring to Lax Tech and the lack of competition, said, "Is this team any good?" And he got up in his face and said, "No, we don't talk like that." So even in a blowout, coach is teaching his players how to be humble. Back to you guys.
Yeah, that kind of goes to the point we were talking about, Todd, with the showmanship in the first half and all of that, and coach getting into the face of his players and making sure that they remain humble and understand that this is a game and we respect our opponents, and that's just kind of one of the common elements in the game of lacrosse.
Yeah,
the respect that all of these players have for one another typically.
Yeah, the sort of the overarching mantra is respect the game, and that includes respecting your teammates, respecting the officials and the fans, everybody involved, and good to see that's being talked about on the Colorado sideline.
Couple of big saves for Cole Poifair from 3D Colorado. .3D will look to clear the ball. Will definitely take their own sweet time doing it. This is the class I would expect this team to show, that There, Poifair threw that one away. Not a good or smart pass by Poifair. But not looking to pile up the score. Take your time with the clears, run some time off the clock, and be happy with the way you're playing.
Yeah, there's no counts in this game with the quick running clock, and so they have an infinite amount of time to clear the ball upfield, and Colorado doing the smart thing and just taking their time.
Lax Tech with possession, working the ball around. Connor Morgan has it far side. He comes around the cage. Connor Morgan being looked at by a few schools, a couple in the area, to the best of our knowledge, after having spoken with some scouts in the local area. I don't know for sure if he's committed, so I won't talk about the school. He has committed to Adams State here in Colorado. Confirmation from the Lax Tech bench, and I appreciate that, guys. Walking a fine line when you're at a recruiting tournament and what you can and can't talk about. So we hold the discretion is the better part of valor. I've learned throughout the course of my life.
No question about it. Yeah, and looking at the Lax Tech guys, both on the sideline and on the field, Dan, they're just dead tired. They've used up all their reserves and getting past New England in the semis, and they just got nothing left.
It's a tired group, but I will tell you that you absolutely have to respect the performance that this Lax Tech team has had for the entire tournament. They've been solid. They have played, I think we can use this term, balls to the wall for 6 games, this being their 7th in just a couple of days, and it's really been a nice run for Lax Tech.
Yeah, I guarantee you there's other than the guys on the Lax Tech sideline, nobody would have predicted that they'd be in this championship game. They upset a lot of people and surprised a lot of people, but they really do have a good team, and it's kudos to them for getting here.
Working the ball around right now, I would venture to guess they just want to focus on the fundamentals and play a smart game, play the game out, and just kind of see what happens with it. Penalty released for 3D. Sam Sweeney coming back onto the field. Lost a head. We've lost a couple of sticks here in this one. Nice feed inside. Lax Tech will maintain possession.
This is kind of what they needed to do all along, Dan, is just possess the ball. Get good long possessions, get a couple good shots off, and let the chips fall where they may.
Yeah, great defensive play. We're going to have we're going to have a slash, I think, on this one.
Or a hold.
Or a hold, one of the two. And we're going to send Sweeney to the box again.
And I think Mr. Sweeney is one of the guys on the Colorado sideline that's a little bit tired too. He's really been going hard all day and all weekend, and I think he's a little shot.
I think Sam just wanted to rest in that penalty box for a minute or two, catch his breath. Making it his home the last 2 out of the last 3.5 minutes. That was a nice feed from Kieran, and a great shot by his brother Quinn. Geisler's connecting. Quinn with the goal, Kieran with the assist, and that was one of the nicer plays we've seen here in the semis or the championship.
And that's what we've been seeing from these two brothers all weekend, Dan. That's kind of what we expected to see coming into this game. But again, I think they're just worn out. But a really good example of what they're capable of playing together and goals that they can produce out here.
Sweeney making his way to the far side of the field. Play the wing on this face-off. Procedure call on Lax Tech. It'll be 3D ball. Second line attack in for 3D now. So we've got Thomas, Heller, And Wilson at attack for 3D. 3D with an 8-2 lead. And possession of the ball. Rocket shot sails high and wide off the cross of Brady Brem. And Todd, I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I know it was a long time ago that we were talking to him, but just because of his play throughout the tournament, I think that right now Ryan Arthur's likely to be our player of the game.
Yeah, he certainly deserves it, Dan. He's had a great weekend and great afternoon today of lacrosse, and certainly he gets my vote.
That ball sails high over the cage. Runberg's shot. Wilson will restart for 3D. 8-2 our score. It's like the local boys may be going home with a crown. That'll make 3D founder Jamie Monroe and the rest of his staff very happy. Runner-up performance in the Rising Stars. A championship performance by the elite squad. Eight minutes left to go in this one. 8-2 our score. Feed inside,
Very
shot
nice.
in the goal. That's Jack Thomas. I think Thomas has 3 in this one. Thomas leads the scorers. But for all-around play, we're going to name it early, and Ryan Arthur will join Robin Carlin at the end of the game.
Yeah, Jack Thomas has had a nice tournament also, Dan, and kind of stepping up to the plate here in this championship game. But again, the Lax Tech kids are really just tired.
A fantastic tournament out here this weekend. The 2013 3D Shootout, Denver Shootout, presented by Easton, and definitely appreciate the folks at 3D for allowing us to bring the action to the masses. I know that this provided the opportunity for coaches who couldn't make it to be able to watch, and parents who couldn't come, etc., to watch their kids. What a job
Very
by
nice.
Wilson. Incredible play by Wilson on that one. Almost knocked off his feet. And folks, Wilson is not a big guy by any means. He's a little boy, and does a great job maintaining his balance and sending his shot low into the back right corner.
Yeah, again, a smart play, Dan. He held onto the ball just long enough for his defenseman to run past him. Managed to keep his feet as the check went by, and stepped up front and put the shot past the goalie. Smart lacrosse play.
Face-off scooped up by Lax Tech. Christian Vaccaro scooping it up, taking it far side and dumping it off to Noah Aaron. Ball up top now to Michael Manfredi. Manfredi is marked up defensively by Tony Cruz. Manfredi working his way inside. His low shot sails wide out of bounds, backed up by Finizzi. Sun back out here at Dick's Sporting Goods Park in Commerce City, Colorado, just outside downtown Denver. Couple of head fakes, no shot by Manfredi, so he pulls it out. Manfredi's got Jack Griswold on him.
Wow.
Manfredi sneaks his way inside, shoots and scores.
Wow.
A nice back spin move by Manfredi, and he puts it into the top of the cage. Flag down. We've got a personal foul, 1 minute.
Yeah, Manfredi did a great job there, Dan. Nice head fake and step around on Jack Griswold. About all Griswold could do was slash him, which he did. And Manfredi again kept his head and put the ball just under the top pipe.
To the X is Trevor Pratt, showing that he can do it all. He takes the draw, scoops it up, feeds, and the pass is picked off and going the other way. It was Jack Thomas. And right now, we've got players playing everywhere that they've never played before, because that was Quinn Eisler with a long pole. So you got Eisler with a long pole. You've got Pratt short pole taking faceoffs now. It's just the way the game is going, and great to see these coaches giving these kids an opportunity to just do something different and have some fun.
Yeah, Pratt is unlikely to win any bonus points for form on that faceoff, Dan, but he did win it.
Yeah, I think we're definitely seeing why the Eisler kids are getting the touting that they are, and one heading to High Point, one heading to Hopkins.
Well, you need to look out for yourself.
Penalty being released. We're heading the other way.
.310 left in the game here, and deflection out of bounds by the Lax Tech team, and the ball will stay with 3D Colorado. Ouch. And we've got a flag down on the
Yeah, you gotta throw the flag on that one.
Yeah, again, we got players playing out of position, Dan, and guys that are playing D that don't necessarily play D, and sticks are sort of flying here. We're gonna have a slash and a hold on this one, and Colorado will be up 2 for 30 and 1 for a minute.
So we're going to throw a couple of Lax Tech boys into the penalty box and let them get to know each other a little bit better. Well, a lot of these squads, and I don't think people understand or recognize that these kids really haven't done much in the way of playing together prior to the weeks before these tournaments.
No, and that's probably the most impressive thing about seeing these teams out here. Is these guys, in some cases, have not practiced together really at all.
Ryan Arthur nets his hat trick.
And there's a nice example of that, Dan. These guys, they practiced their man-up play maybe a dozen times before they came into this tournament, and that one ran like clockwork. And Ryan Arthur, wide open on the crease, puts another one in the net.
We're 11-3 in the late goings of this one from Dick's Sporting Goods Park. 3D Select Colorado will be taking home the championship trophy in this elite championship game.
Yeah, we're under 2 minutes, so Colorado will need to keep the ball in the box as soon as they gain possession, which they have.
1 minute to go in this contest. 1 minute.
Another easy one there for Jack Thomas on the faceoff, coming off the faceoff.
Thomas with 4. Arthur with 3. And Arthur with some great defensive play too, and a lot of good trail checks, a lot of good defense preventing the ball from coming out of the offensive zone. Ryan really just kind of did it all during the course of the weekend and especially here this afternoon.
Yeah, the Colorado attack all weekend, a great job riding the ball, and that's something that often doesn't get noticed.
Huge save by Cole Porfoy in the waning moments of this contest. 12-3 our score with 2-1. Time up. Game over. 3D. Colorado has won the Elite Championship here at Dick's Sporting Goods Park. Our player of the game is Ryan Arthur. He'll be with Robin Carlin on the sidelines in just a few moments. Wilson with a round-off backflip at midfield to round this one out for 3D Select Colorado. And it's really, Todd, it's been a great weekend of lacrosse.
Boy, it's been fun out here, Dan. It's you can't ask for better weather. We had about 5 minutes where it spat on us a little bit from the clouds, but just a spectacular weekend of a lot of good lacrosse, and I know these guys all had a blast out here. It's kind of unfortunate that the Lax Tech guys ran out of gas here a little bit, but a tough semifinal win that got them into the championship game, and hats off to them for getting here.
Yeah, without a doubt. Let's go ahead, send it down to the field, and our Robin, well, let's go into the huddle for 3D Select for just a moment. There we go. The handshake will take place. We'll buy Robin just another minute or two, or second or two, as the case may be. And let's go ahead and send it down to Robin Carlin and our player of the game, Ryan Arthur from Cherry Creek High School.
Well, Ryan, you had 3 goals. What was working for you out there?
I think we just moved the ball as a team really well, and we were really able to focus on as soon as the attack started moving around in the middies we're dodging. Looks just opened up all over the field, not only for me but for everyone and my teammates.
What did you learn about yourself this weekend?
Just kind of as a team, I think we really learned that we can play with the best out here, and we can win, and we can do what needs to be done, and hopefully we can get some big looks and get recruited.
Have you made any decisions about where you want to go to college?
I've not. I'm still trying to figure that out, and hopefully it'll happen soon.
Congratulations on the player of the game. Go celebrate with your team.
Thanks.
Back to you guys.
Thanks, Ryan. Sure appreciate that. And Ryan, you got to make some decisions soon. Manny Rapkin, head coach at Grand Canyon, giving me away from down below, and have appreciated all that Manny Rapkin has done in supporting Lax Vision and our quest to bring everybody the best in high school and collegiate lacrosse from all over the country. Robin Carlin is again down for 3D Select Colorado.
Congratulations, Coach. Well, plain and simple, how were you able to win so handedly?
It's a transition game for this team. Like I said for our earlier game, we just are able to move the ball in transition like no other, and that's really where we're doing it. We were able to control the faceoffs really well, and defensively our kids just stepped up and were able to take away the ball. They had their number 22 who's going to Hopkins. We were able to shut him down pretty easily, and that was a big deal for us to get that win today.
Now, I noticed one of your players getting a little cocky on the sideline. He said, "Is this team any good?" And you stopped and you said, No, we don't talk like that. Why is it important for you to keep your guys humble?
I'm a big fan of just, giving these kids man lessons, and, the man lesson today was to stay humble, because we played a lot of games where we won by a lot of goals, but you got to win with class and lose with class, and that's probably the biggest lesson I'm trying to teach these kids, throughout. They're amazing players and they know that, but to be humble, it takes it to the next level.
Congratulations, Coach.
Thanks, Robin. Congratulations to all our champions here out at Dick's Sporting Goods Park this weekend. And Todd, wrapping up the weekend, just some real solid action all weekend long and a lot of fun to be a part of it.
Yeah, it was really a terrific weekend of lacrosse, and a nice indicator of the health and the sport out here in Colorado and in the West in general. A lot of teams, a lot of players from all over the country, really, from points east as well as points west, and just a spectacular weekend.
And yeoman's work by the unsung heroes of this tournament, the officials, who stand out here in this heat for 7 and 8 hours a day, and it's just really impressive. A special thank you to the Monroes at 3D Lacrosse for allowing us to do this. For Todd Walker, Robin Carlin, I'm Dan Matthews, and Live Online Television, thank you.